Your Grand Island Taste 10 Kearney local forecast with meteorologist Kit Cloninger.
Well, it's been a pretty foggy day across the whole state of Nebraska, really. Temperatures haven't made it much out of the 30s. We still have some places that are around 40 degrees like Lincoln right now, but this is looking straight down from our Lincoln Skycam. And you see, barely even see Vine Street down below. So we've had some of the fog lifted. Some areas are still seeing some poor visibilities, though. Right now, York only around 1 3/4 miles of visibility, 2.5 miles for Grand Island. So not a thick fog, but it's still enough to reduce those visibilities out there. Temperatures right now mostly in the 30s across the entire state, but off towards the Panhandle into the Sandhills as well. Some 20s exist there. The cold air not yet made it to the Tri-Cities area. We're right now in the mid-30s, 40s, and even close to 50s across southeastern Nebraska. So the temperatures right now and over the next couple of hours are going to really play a factor in what type of precipitation we see and how much of it. So right now the winds also going to be a factor later in the forecast. They're out of the north right now, so that's transporting cold air into the area, and that'll help out with some of those snow totals as well. But higher winds are going to be moving through the area over the next several hours. This is Sunday around 4 a.m. We've already got some 40-mile-an-hour gusts across the Sandhills. Those 40-mile-an-hour gusts will be making it towards the Tri-Cities as we head through the day on Sunday. So by around 7:45 p.m. we're starting to see that even closer to the Tri-Cities. It's going to be here later on Monday morning. So it's going to be a very windy day on Monday. We'll see those wind gusts upwards of 40 miles per hour well into the night and even into Tuesday morning possibly. Then it'll start to taper off for New Year's Eve. Looking at satellite and radar over the past several hours today, we've had some very heavy rain as expected across southeastern Nebraska. Now we're starting to see that transition of rain to snow coming through the western part of the state towards the central counties. So we're going to see a little bit more rain right now here in central Nebraska, but off towards our north around Brown and Rock counties, we've got a few heavy flurries of snow right now starting to accumulate up there. Here for the Tri-Cities area, though, we have, like I said, temperatures are just above freezing all the way through the atmosphere, so we still see a little bit of light rain right now coming through. But that snow is just towards our west, North Platte to Gothenburg, even close to Lexington. Not quite there yet, but that freezing line is going to be shifting towards the east over the next several hours tonight. So let's go ahead and look at futurecast. I've got the temperatures on here so that we can see when that transition from rain to snow actually happens. So Lexington at 33 degrees, so you might be seeing a melting snow as it falls through that, but then eventually past 8 o'clock those temperatures will be dropping down below freezing. We're right at freezing here at midnight across the Tri-Cities area. Eastern Nebraska still seeing some heavy rain from this, but this is very heavy snow. These very dark colors here indicate high precipitation rates, so you could be seeing snow dumping on the Tri-Cities area and central Nebraska for several hours all the way to 4 or 5 a.m. and then it continues to stay right here. So earlier models have been showing this staying across northwestern Nebraska. It started to shift over the past couple of model runs early this morning towards the Tri-Cities area. So we've had to adjust our forecast accordingly. Whenever we have these snow events, it usually updates the closer we get to that forecast. By Sunday, though, we'll start to see some of those snow showers clear out. Early Monday morning, we might still see a few northwesterly flurries coming through. Here's a look at the snowfall totals. Again, this is very different from just 36 hours ago, but we've seen a greater bit of uncertainty come, and really this axis of that sort of the bulge of the higher precipitation totals extending south, that's what's the most uncertain thing. It could be further towards the west. It might still shift towards the east, but notice northern Nebraska could see 9 inches to a foot of snow across northern Nebraska. So it will be a lot of snow coming up. Still have some winter storm warnings across the majority of the state as well. We are going to continue to see those stay in effect until 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. Tomorrow morning, lows are going to be getting down to the 20s, and we'll see the highs stay in the 20s through the day. We'll check out the 7-day forecast a little bit later. Danielle, the main thing is that we're still approaching this storm system, and it still looks like it's going to be a lot of snow.
A lot. I guess we got to pay for this wonderful weather that we've had this past week.
Yeah, we've had some really nice warm weather the past little bit. The last big snowstorm we had was back in late November.
Okay, thanks, Kit.